This video explains why powering through isn't worth it and how to get better at steady and smooth progress. Hey everyone, and welcome to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, a psychologist, and in this video, I want to motivate you to cut yourself some slack and give yourself the breaks that you need to feel restored emotionally, mentally, and physically. Why is this at all important? Because we live in a culture that values activity, progress, and hustle over relaxation, taking breaks, and rejuvenating our body and minds. And our culture often forgets that it's only possible to be active when we also take breaks, and we can actually even achieve more if we invest consistent energy instead of going up and down in our energy expenditure. And B, that taking breaks is just as wonderful and important and valuable as being active. The joy of taking breaks, the positive feeling that can be associated with taking breaks is often forgotten in our culture. And to get you really motivated to take good care of your body and mind by giving them the breaks they need, I want to give you an argument that you can use to convince yourself of the importance of breaks and of how inefficient it is to power through. There's really only one thing we need to be aware of to be motivated to take breaks and stop powering through, and that is the cost of compensatory effort. What does that word mean? Compensatory effort is the effort we invest when we want to keep our level of performance steady, but we're actually exhausted and in need of a break. So it's that hard day that you've spent at the office and you're actually really exhausted, but you invest those extra 2 hours to get something done. And those extra 2 hours are compensatory effort. To keep your focus, you need to invest more and more and more energy to compensate your exhaustion. So what happens with compensatory effort is that we have long periods of being active and focused and working, of getting things done, which are then followed by necessarily long periods in which we either need a long break or we'll be just hanging out, although we're actually sitting in front of our desk and want to get things done, but we can't because we're exhausted from that 10, 12-hour day that we had the previous day. So the cost of compensatory effort is all of this. Like when your focus starts declining and you notice that I'm exhausted, I need a break, that moment of powering through, that is compensatory effort. The cost is that you will need a much longer period to restore all of your energy, mentally, emotionally, physically. The second cost is that because you need so much longer to be fit again, to either be able to go back to work or to have an idea that's actually worthwhile pursuing at work, you miss out on getting things done that you could have gotten done if you would have invested consistent, steady energy. So 2 costs of compensatory effort. Number 1, you need more time to be fit again, and you get less done in the same amount of time that you could have gotten done if you would have taken regular breaks. A better alternative to this approach is an approach of slow, steady, and consistent progress, where we go back and forth between being active and spending energy and resting and restoring the energy we've spent. And the main difference here is that here we stop before we're completely exhausted and drained. When we still have some energy left, we stop and restore the energy that we've spent. Whereas here, we go on as long as we possibly can without just completely collapsing on our desk, which is not healthy. And what you can see here is that over the same amount of time of slow, consistent, and steady investment of energy, we've also gotten done a lot more in the end than with this approach of compensatory effort and then needing to rest a long period of time from that state. Going back, this is just going back from fighting against exhaustion and then being completely exhausted. So this is neither an enjoyable or pleasant state to be in for the majority of your days, nor does it have the same effect. I find this really helpful to convince the overly zealous side of our minds to take more breaks, to remind ourselves not only is this good for our health and well-being, but we will also reach our goals sooner. And on the organizational side of things, we can get better at avoiding compensatory effort and powering through by defining upper limits of how much we're going to do in one session, how much energy or time we're going to spend on something. No matter how much progress we've made, if it's a lot or a little, we're going to stop at that point. Shut the computer off, put the pen down. That could mean leaving the office at 5 every day, even if you could have invested 30 more minutes to get something done. It could mean to stop studying when you finish the chapter, even if you would have still had 30 minutes more to invest. The point is to stop before you're completely exhausted and drained. And that way you can become a more peaceful and content person and make steady progress towards your goals. There's a motto from the military that sums this up well. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for joining me. If you'd like to join the Self-Leadership Experts community, then you can do this by subscribing to this channel and or joining our Facebook group or connecting over Instagram. Support this channel by leaving a like and a comment. Till next time, take care and remember that powering through is not worth it.